welcome back to my channel. So today I'm gonna be talking about what my experience has been like working in 9-to-5 corporate America. I'm gonna walk you through my 3 accounting internships, basically my experiences that I had there, and then pretty much just what it helped me to figure out I need for, well, really my current role where I'm working right now. So stay tuned and we'll get right into it. All right guys, so I'm gonna get started with my first experience. So my first experience, I was a corporate accounting intern. So my major was accounting in college, and I got offered $15 an hour for this job, which was like, it was a huge step up from working, I mean not working, but making like $8.50. I used to work at Whataburger, and I used to put the burgers together and stuff, and matter of fact, I was like flipping the burgers. And so yeah, that was just not kosher, y'all. So I thought I was balling. So this experience, this job was really laid back. It was really fun. It was super cool. The people were just like super exciting. They were super personal. We had happy hours like literally every single day. I kid you not, every single day. Matter of fact, I'm gonna give you just like a perfect example of how laid back this environment was. So I remember I was like working with the other intern, because we had 2 interns, and we were like working, I think it was like 5 o'clock or something. They were playing music though. So they usually play music on Fridays. And so anyway, so one of the songs, and I think people used to hook up their Pandora. Well, they had to be hooking up their Pandora, I don't know. Or, I mean, that's their playlist. And one of the songs was, all you ladies pop, yeah, like this. Do it right. And like me and the other intern were like, like, is that really playing? Like, oh my god. Like, what do we do? Do we just act normal? Like, we act normal. And so, like, the CFO was like, oh my god, we're gonna have to turn this because the interns are here. So it was just really, it was really cool. It was really fun. Like I said, you could laugh, you could lay it back. But I started to realize that because it was so personal, because it was so fun, because it was so laid back, that it was kind of hard to flip to a switch professionalism where there's structure, where there's training, where there's kind of understanding what you're supposed to be doing day in and day out. And not to say that they didn't do it, but I just, you know, sometimes it did kind of feel weird to just be like, okay, so I need help with this. You know, like, especially if, you know, your upper people, your seniors that you're reporting to are, you know, laughing and stuff. You don't want to get serious on them. I don't know, it's a weird dynamic. You start understanding, like, do I want to do this, or will she take this right way, or did I kill the mood? So that was something I started to notice with my first experience, is that, okay, I need a little bit of structure. I need kind of more understanding of what I'm doing. Is there a training program? Because it was a lot of times, it was so personal, like you just go up to that person, but there wasn't really like a, okay, you're gonna shadow for this week. We're gonna have you doing this for a day. We're gonna have, you know what I mean? Things like that. So those are the things that I looked for going forward with my second internship, was that, okay, I like fun, I like happy hours, I like being able to laugh with my coworkers, but I also need, you know, that structure, that professionalism. I'm looking at how does training look like, and yeah. So those are the things that I started to note. So for my second internship experience, I was doing taxes, so I was making $24 an hour. So I really thought I was rich, y'all. I was like, oh, I'm rich. Anyway, so this was in Austin, Texas too. So the other one was in Austin, Texas, which also explains kind of the culture there, because it's Austin. Keep Austin weird. I don't know if anybody knows anything about Austin, but it is like a weird, funky, like really down to earth vibe. So this was in Austin, but this one was way more serious. This one had way more structure, because we were doing taxes. So if you know anything about accounting, if you're doing public accounting, if you do tax or audit, you have a busy season. So if you're working busy season, that means you're working anywhere between 60 to 100 hours a week, depending on your role, your position. Obviously, if you're working like manager or partner, you're working more hours. If you're, you know, an associate, you're probably working less. So because you're working so much, this kind of isolates people. Well, depending on the field, like in taxes, it's really isolated. So we were very reserved. People didn't really talk to each other. It was more super businessy, super structural, like no play. So it was all work, no play. And then at my first one versus was more play, less work. So in this case, this one, I started to feel like it couldn't really go to anyone because it was kind of like, okay, well, we gave you this, so figure it out. Like kind of like a sink or swim kind of, well, not sink or swim environment, but an environment where you're kind of like, once they show you the weeds, you're on your own. I also kind of realized that when I did get feedback at the end, so you have like a review process usually, I remember one of my comments was, she doesn't smile enough so she could be taken as nonchalant. So I was like, I don't even like, how is that a professional criticism? Like, you're mad because I don't smile? And so I asked the partner that. I was like, yeah, you know, one of the comments that, you know, the manager gave me was this. And he was like, well, you know, I'm not really sure what that means. You know, maybe you could take him out to lunch and he could run that by you. And I was like, how are we doing a review and you're not even familiar with the comments that all the managers have put, you know? And so I started to realize, because it was so isolated, that kind of was the culture, and that, you know, if you're gonna be having multiple reviews from multiple managers, you kind of want a consensus. You have a clear idea of, you know, okay, everybody agrees that this is a weak area of mine, everybody agrees this is a great area of mine, and overall this is what I'm doing, instead of, you know, XYZ, 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 and it's just kind of like, it's all over the place. And then also some of these comments don't make sense. So for me, I just realized, okay, I need more interaction. I need a little bit more teamwork in terms of, okay, I don't want to be completely alone, but I don't want to be like completely like grouped together either. So I started to realize, okay, like I said, I need more closeness. So those are the three things that took with me. Was the work-life balance. I don't know if I mentioned commute time, but commute time, okay, commute time can make a world of a difference. Are you driving an hour and a half to work? Are you driving an hour? Are you driving 30 minutes? And especially if you're gonna be working a lot of hours, or if you're gonna be working, you know, even a regular schedule, how long do you wanna spend inside of your car twice a day? Okay, very important. Commute time also, you know, like I said, culture. You don't, I don't want something too personal, but I also don't want something too serious in nature, to the point where I feel isolated. So, which brings me to my third internship experience. So my third internship, which is my current role now, so that's where I'm working now. I went full time. I got pretty much everything that I was looking for, that I felt like I was lacking in the other two internships. So I had great work-life balance. I had a very, well, I'm not gonna lie, my commute time was awful, but I moved, so my commute time is way better. I'm way closer now when I got my first apartment. So my commute time, I felt like I got frequent feedback, because I don't know if I mentioned that, but another thing is that you had to wait till the end to get your feedback. I'm the type of person who I do want to know as I'm going on how I'm doing, how I'm performing. I don't want to wait till the end of the year and just be kind of like shocked. I mean, granted, it was like 4 months, but still, if this was a real job, it would be a year, or a semi-year. Excuse me. So anyways, this one I got frequent feedback, and I got it on both ends. So I often got told, oh, you're doing a great job, you're doing perfect, this is beautiful, blah, blah, blah. And then I also got areas where I need to improve on. Hey, next time you're going forward, do this, this is where you can, you know? And so I felt really good about that, because I got, like I said, I got both sides. So it wasn't just all negative, it was positive as well. And then two, it was frequent, so I knew how I was pretty much performing throughout the year and what my end of the year review will look like. And then also helped me to track my progress better. So I will say those are like, like I said, I got everything on the roll. I mean, on the nail that I wanted. But I will say now with this job, as I'm like my second year in, I'm starting to realize kind of like what division of responsibility looks like. What all are your duties are appropriate for your role, as well as frequency of communication. So because we do a lot of feedback, we also engage in a lot of one-on-ones. So you'll have one-on-ones with pretty much every level. You'll have senior one-on-ones, you'll have manager one-on-ones, you'll have director one-on-ones, executive director one-on-ones, managing director one-on-ones. So it's just a lot. And so I started to realize, okay, I like communication, but maybe I don't like too much communication. There's a such thing as overkill. So yeah, those are probably like the only two things I'm starting to kind of notice with this job. But overall, I really am happy. And like I said, I think as you start to get more experience, you start understanding, okay, what it is that I need and look for in a role. What are gonna be things that are deal breakers for me? If a job doesn't have this or it does have this, I can't take it or I can take it. As well as you just start being able to ask better questions in your interviews. A lot of times we think these jobs are interviewing us and we're nervous, but please know that you're interviewing these jobs just as much as they're interviewing you, because you don't want to work somewhere where you're going to be miserable, because being miserable 8 hours a day can really just more likely sink you into depression. So, you know, you start to understand, okay, these are the type of questions I need to ask. Like for me, I ask, you know, how would you describe your work culture? What does the training onboarding process look like? You know, how do you measure performance? What does the review look like? You know, what are some things that you noted that you felt were missing in the last person who was in this role? Because that gives you understanding on how that person also measures performance. What are things that they look for? You know, if this person is going to be your manager. So like I said, I feel like those were the things that I started to kind of understand and look for in terms of my interview process and where I go to work. And you know, like I said, once you get into corporate America, you'll start understanding what works for you and what's going to be, you know, good for you. So, you know, I'm pretty sure no one in corporate America is watching a video about what it's like working in corporate America. So I figure you guys, if you're watching this, you're in college. So let me know, what do you think corporate America will be like? Are you nervous? Are you excited? You know, yeah, just tell me your experience, or if you have an experience, and go to town, okay? Please like and subscribe. I'm gonna be trying to upload a video like once a week this year. I am trying to just do the YouTube thing, do something personal. So yeah, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Stay tuned. Bye guys.